The surface is smooth and calm. Spine is stacked over the sacrum, each vertebrae one upon the next. Observing the gentle curve of the lumbar spine forward, the gentle curve of the thoracic spine back, and the cervical spine forward. Gradually begin to deepen the breath. Expanding the belly with each inhale breath. And drawing the belly back towards the spine with each exhale breath. Even the flow of breath between your exhale and inhale. And now gradually lengthen the exhale out to maybe an extra 2 counts for your exhale, or maybe 4. Keeping the eyes closed or just softly open and unfocused, and noticing the impact that deeper breath has on the body. Now open the eyes and check in once more with our seated mountain pose. Bring the arms to the side, and with the next inhale breath, lift the arms overhead, the palms meet, and we draw our hands back to heart center. Inhale up. Exhale. And final time, inhale up. Exhale back to heart center. Position the blocks adjacent to the ankles, probably about the highest height. Inhale the arms overhead, fold at the waist, tilt the pelvis forward, and bring the hands to rest on the blocks. Press the hands into the blocks to draw the shoulder blades in towards the spine. And see if you could move the shoulder blades slightly down the back. Lengthen the top of the head, and then notice the resistance to the ribs expanding from the thighs. Inhale, come all the way up, and exhale the hands to heart center. Let's find our strap. Take the strap. Let's just find a comfortable length. Stretch the strap out. Try and align the knuckle of the middle finger with the bones of the forearm, so we're not pulling the hands in towards center. And inhale, raise the arms up overhead. And when the arms get overhead, see if you can draw the shoulder blades slightly down towards the waist. Exhale, come down. Inhale, up. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale towards the left side. Inhale, come back to center. And see if we can take the arms just a little further back. And perhaps either let your flexi band stretch out or give yourself more room and take the arms in behind. Inhale, take the arms overhead. Let's go up and over once more. And just maybe find that spot where you feel like there's a little extra stretch needed. Stretch out there. Down. And let's inhale, come back up and over. And let's release the strap. Inhale here. Take the left hand to the outside of the right thigh. Bring the left or right hand in. Try and get the wrist in right up against the back of the sacrum and twist towards your right side. Create space on the inhale to lengthen the top of the head towards the ceiling as we twist towards the right. Inhale. Exhale, come back through center. Right hand comes to the outside of the left thigh. Left hand comes in towards the sacrum. Lengthen the spine and twist towards our left side. Inhale. Exhale, come back to center. And we'll do a couple of cat-cow moves here. Inhale. And today in our cat-cow moves, see if you can emphasize that movement of the pelvis. So on the cow part of the move, inhale, let the pelvis tilt forward. And let the sternum rise. And then exhale, let the pelvis tilt towards the back of the chair and round the spine back for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 5. Inhale, come back to center. Interlace the fingers. Let's take the fingers or the interlaced hands around the right calf and lean the body back towards the back of the chair and lift the left leg away from the floor. The toes can be pointed or flexed. Let's just bounce that for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hopefully nobody was holding their breath. Everybody's continuing to breathe here. And let's release the right foot on the floor. Reverse the interlace the fingers. Draw the left knee in towards the shoulder. Lean back towards the back of the chair. But try to see if avoid rounding the spine towards the back of the chair. And now let's bounce the right leg for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And come forward. Let's go back to that right leg again. Draw the right knee in. Stretch the left leg out and lift and lower for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Release the left foot onto the floor. Draw the left leg in. Stretch the right leg out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Come back to center and let the knees sway from side to side. Let's take those interlaced fingers once again around the right leg. This time we're going to come onto the knee and we're going to circle that leg first in one direction and then go in the opposite direction. Come back to center. Let's come over to the left leg now. Draw the knee in, hands on the knee. A circle first in one direction. And then in the opposite direction. 1. And 6. Come back to center. And just let the knees sway from side to side. Interlace the fingers behind the thigh. And now just lift the foot away from the floor and then rotate. So rotate the thigh and bring the foot towards the center line of the body for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And let's bring that ankle up onto the opposite thigh. Support the right knee with the right hand. Flex the toes of the right foot. So we're flexing the toes in, we're pressing the mound of the big toe out, and we're drawing the little toe side of the foot back towards the body. And then resist with the right hand while we press the right knee into the right hand. And release. Let's inhale. Use all your strength. Use as much strength as you can to press the knee into the hand and then release. And once more, press in and release. Well, we have the foot handy. Just work the fingers along the base of the foot. Sort of duplicate some of those moves that we do. We were using the ball. Try and spread out the bases of the toes, spread the toes. You can pull on each toe, lengthen, and maybe weave the fingers in between the toes and work the toes in one direction then go in the opposite direction. Let's take the right foot now onto the floor. Lift the left foot and either support the left thigh or flex the foot and then rotate that left heel in towards the center of the body, the line of the body for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Take the left heel or left ankle to the right thigh. Again, flex the toes in, press the big toe mount out and draw the little toe side back towards the shin. And then press the left knee into the left hand and release. Once again, left knee into left hand and release. And final time, left knee, left hand and release. And maybe weave the fingers in between the toes. Or just give the base of the foot a bit of massage. And let's take the left foot onto the floor. Walk the knees out wide and just let the knees sway in on one another. So either find your weights. Weights are optional here. We're going to do that crunch work. So either do it with or without weights. So if you're using the weights, hold one in each hand, bring them across to the opposite shoulder, sit towards the front edge of the chair. Inhale, exhale. And let's inhale on our next as we angle back towards the back of the chair, and then exhale forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So now either find your ball or blocks. Place the ball or blocks between the thighs. And whatever way you had the arms crossed before, do the opposite cross. Squeeze the ball. And as we're working, try and really feel the action in the muscles, that front line of the body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Use the core muscles to initiate that movement forward. 8. And control the movement back. 9. 10. 11. And 12. And let's hold back on 12 for 12, 11, squeeze the ball, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back. Center. You can set your weights aside for now. Let's stretch the legs out. Flex the toes in towards the shins. Press the mound of the big toe out. Take one of your blocks between your hands. And let's go back. Go right, left, and forward. For 2, right, left, and forward. 3, right, left, and forward. 4, right, left, and forward. 5, right, left, and forward. 6, right, left, and forward. 7, right, left, and forward. 8, 8, 8, 9, 9, 9, 10, 10, 10, 11, 11, 11, and 12, 12, and 12. And let's release the block. Bend the knees. Squeeze the ball or the block. Stack the spine and find seated mountain. Breathe here. Now let's set the ball aside. Let's inhale the arms overhead. Draw the arms back to cactus pose. And take the right hand to the right knee, and let's twist towards our left side. Breathe here. You can lift that arm away or let it rest on the back of the chair. Inhale, come back through center. Take the left elbow to the right knee, or left elbow to the left knee, and twist in the opposite direction. Inhale, come back to center. Stretch the right leg out towards the side and open it out. Let's position one block inside the thigh and one block to the left side of your chair. Stack the spine. You can angle this left leg out slightly towards the side. Inhale the right hand into the air. Take the right hand to the inside of the right thigh and slide down towards the block. Maybe bring the hand onto the block and stretch as we twist towards the left side. Let's inhale, draw the leg in. Oh, I forgot. I'll stretch that leg out again. And now let's bring the hand to rest on the block we placed off the left side of the chair. Move. Stretch that right leg out and see if we can move to stack the hips. Support the body with the hand on the left hand on the block. See if we can stack the body vertically and then stretch the arm out overhead. Or the arm can stay at the side. Let's take that hand down and see if we can lift that left leg any amount away from the floor. So inhale, come back to center. Draw that left leg in, switch the block to the right side and the inside of the left leg. Bring the hands up to cactus. Extend that left hand down the inside and angle the body over. Towards the left side. Once inhale, come up, bring the hand to rest, right hand onto the right block and stretch the left leg out. Stack the hips, stack the shoulders, and stretch the body all the way out. And we can either keep that arm out or bring it back in and see if we can lift that leg any amount away from the floor. Let's inhale, come back up to center. And just allow the hips to sway from side to side. Now we're going to come up to standing. Facing our chair, facing the seat of our chair. So support the hands on the seat of the chair. We're coming into what would be very similar to a table pose if we were on the mat. We're just using the legs are straight instead of, so we're on our hands and our feet instead of our hands and our knees. Now, the work we're doing in this position today, I'd like you to pay particular attention to the muscles of the belly and to really try and keep them engaged and firm. So we'll do some cat-cow moves here. Inhale, letting the tailbone rise to point almost straight back. As the belly goes down towards the floor, but keep the belly firm. And then draw the tailbone back in, look towards the thighs, and come into cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. For 3, 3, 4, 4, and 5, and 5. And come back to neutral. Now, gain firm the muscles of the lower belly and the belly. And even think about engaging the pelvic floor by drawing the sit bones towards each other and the pubic bone and the tailbone towards each other. Stretch that right foot back. And see if you can come on to the top of the toes. Try and release those muscles at the front, in the front of the foot. Drag the right foot in. And let's take that left foot back and again come on to the top of the toes on the left foot. Drag the left foot in and just go from side to side, bending one knee and then the opposite knee. Stretch that right foot back again. And once more, we'll come on to the top of the toes. Stretching out the top of the foot, the dorsal side of the foot. And now really bring the attention to the lower belly, to the belly, and lift that back leg, the right leg away from the floor. Point the toes out. And you might consider even bringing the elbows onto the seat of the chair. And now, either stay on the elbows or come back up onto the hands, bend that knee, and circle that knee first in one direction, and then in the opposite direction. Release the right foot onto the floor. Release the hips by alternately bending one knee and then the opposite knee. Take the left foot back now and come onto the top of the toes. So we're on the top of the toes, almost like we were going to drag the foot forward on the top of the foot. Feel that stretch of all the dorsal, the muscles, the connective tissue, and the dorsal surface of the foot. Let's lift that leg away and maybe come onto the elbows. Now bend the knee and circle the knee in one direction and then in the opposite direction. And release the left foot onto the floor. And let's just allow the hips to release by moving from side to side. Once again, let's lift that back leg, or lift the right leg out and flex the toes. And you might bring the left hand to the back of the chair or stretch the right finger or left fingertips forward, left foot back, sort of our chair version of pointer dog. Firming up all the core muscles. You can release the hand or draw the elbow and knee to touch and stretch for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And release the right foot and the left hand and rock out the hips. Now stretch out the left toes. Remember, don't let that belly release towards the floor. Keep the belly firm. So firm up all those core muscles, the muscles we used when we were doing the crunches. And you can take the right hand away. You might release the right hand and circle that right knee or left knee in one direction and then the other direction. And release the left foot onto the floor. Bend alternate knees. Now, step the right leg in towards the chair and take the right foot back and come on to the toes of the right foot. Stretch out the bottom of the right, or I'm sorry, come on to the toes of the left foot, right knee, right shin in towards the chair. Now, either continue to support yourself on the chair or bring the hands onto the thigh or lift the arms overhead for runner's lunge. Remember, we're on the toes of the left foot, stretching out the bottom. We're firming up all the core muscles to give us strength and focus in our runner's lunge. Release the hands onto the chair. Step both feet back and come into our chair downward dog. Remember, you can bend the knees slightly here to release the strain on the lower back. Breathe here. Inhale forward. To a plank. We'll hold for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back to chair down dog. This time, step the left foot in towards the chair. Curl, come on to the toes of the right foot. Stretch out the bottom of the right foot and either continue to support yourself on the chair or bring the hands to the thigh or lift the arms for runner's lunge. Use the muscles of the lower belly to draw the pubic bone up towards the navel. Find your drishti, your focal point, and release the hands onto the chair. Step back to down dog. Let's try this. For this down dog, let's try bringing the feet out towards the edge of the mat. Look. Wide-legged forward fold. Firm up the belly here. Remember, the shoulder blades are drawing towards the waist. Let's inhale, come forward to a plank. And exhale, draw back to chair down dog. Walk the feet in towards the chair. Let's inhale, come all the way up. Our hands meet overhead. And exhale the hands back to heart center. Let's now come to stand beside our chair. So just coming beside our chair, let's bend the chair side leg at the knee. So I'll just turn sideways to show you what I'm doing. And just raise, actually, we'll come on to the blocks. Just find your blocks, one or both blocks, just so the full foot is supported. Level the pelvis and bend the chair side leg. Lower for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Either bring that foot onto the ankle, the calf, or the thigh. Bring the hands to heart center. Let's open up. Draw the hands back to heart center, release. And now move your chair the opposite side or turn around. Stand. And bend for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And bring that to the ankle, calf, or thigh. Bring it back, release. And just shake things out here before we come back to seated. Okay, let's return to seated. Come back to our seated mountain pose. Bring the legs to a V. Lengthen the spine. Breathe. Inhale, fold forward into the V, either bringing the hands to the blocks or to the floor. Begin to slow the breath. Let's take 5 complete rounds of the breath in this deep forward fold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and use the next inhale to come all the way up. And let's prepare ourselves for final relaxation. So, particularly today, depending on where you're practicing, you may do take some time to rehydrate now. It's a bit humid, probably lost a bit more water than usual. And today's practice, I think we generated quite a bit of heat in today's practice. So let's just come find and take a few moments, as well as taking that drink, to prepare yourself for final relaxation. Grabbing anything else that you need to make yourself feel comfortable. Some of you may want to come down onto the floor, place your feet up on the seat of the chair as well, and you may not either. Relaxing here. First of all, relinquish control of the breath. So rather than trying to control the breath, rather than trying to manage the breath, just allow the breath to find its own rhythm. And those slow, long exhale breaths interact with the vagus nerve to tell the body that it's safe to relax. So now let those signals that it's now safe to relax. Allow the muscles of the feet, the ankles, and the legs to just feel safe and relaxed. Next, coming up to the core, the muscles of the core. The muscles that we called on today, that we focused on, that we brought awareness to. Now use that awareness to allow the muscles of the core to fully relax. Let each exhale breath deepen that relaxation. Coming to the shoulders. Allowing that relaxation to deepen with each breath. And perhaps you might notice that each of those points of contact between the chair and your body is becoming a little heavier. And finally, having found relaxation for the body, bring relaxation to the mind. Focusing on the breath. Focusing on the here and now. Focusing on the safety, the relaxation. focusing on the space that we were able to create during our practice. So now either continue to rest in final relaxation or begin to deepen the breath, bring movement back to the body. Slide yourself back to seated mountain. Then take a few moments in seated mountain to scan the body. Observe the effect of our practice. And perhaps to wish Jane a happy birthday. Bring the hands to heart center.